And then Jonathan opens the door and sees Dylan with a slicked back haircut and clean shaven. So weird that he's like, I don't think this is Dylan. But then he realizes that it is when he begins speaking and says, have you heard the good word of necromancy?
You could say Beelzebub.
And I'm like, is that you, Dylan? You shaved your beard. And he's like, how'd you know my name is Dylan? And then I'm like,
You're a great storyteller.
that's pretty crazy. Dylan doesn't recognize me anymore. But we're really not into Satanism here, so you can leave. And then he takes a step back, kind of like baffled and hurt by how strong my words are. And then he goes to step down the stairs, and he falls, and he trips, and he rolls. And he dies. And Jake comes storming out, and he's like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. I think that was Dylan. And then he fell down the stairs, and I think he's dead. And so we check on Dylan, and he's definitely dead. And we go back up the stairs to see what was wrong, and Jake sees that there was oil slicks on the, like in Mario Kart, at the top of the stairs. And when he was walking backwards, Dylan didn't see it, and he died. Then we get a flashback in time, and we see a mysterious figure pouring oil on the front top stair. And then this figure, the only defining feature is that he's tall and probably a dude.
It's you.
Up and says, I just got bit by something. And then he notices that crawling out of the hamburger he was eating, a black widow had bitten him. And Jake and Jonathan freak out, and they're like, we gotta get him to the hospital. And they call 911. But it all ends in Matt DOA. And we flash back in time, and we see the same figure planting that hamburger.
Planting, like in the ground?
No, like planting evidence. Or
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
planting. It was planted there for Matt to eat, clearly. And Jake's like, oh my gosh, my best friend Matt is dead. And Jake does his usual thing and doesn't really know how to process his emotions, so he does something really dumb. And he pulls a gun on Jonathan. And Jonathan says,
Bang, 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 bang.
how did you know? And Jake says, I saw the flashbacks and recognized you. And then Jake kills Jonathan for killing the other three. But then the gun also lights on fire and burns Jake. And he dies too. The end.
So this was like some Scream plot where you're the
You
bad
haven't
guy,
died
but
at all
I've
in
never
any of
seen
these
Scream,
happenings.
so sure.
okay.
Have I not died in any of
He
these
hasn't
yet?
died yet.
Yeah, you
Oh.
did. I didn't name everybody.